since 2014. And this has been ranked by the University of Pennsylvania. And we also received the 2019 UNESCO Sultan Qaboos Prize in recognition of its contribution to participatory approaches in conservation and sustainability. In that way, we are one of the unique institutes in the country which is actually ranked as top think tanks in the world.
Yeah. Thanks, Ravi. Now, I would like Karim sir to kindly comment on the expertise of TDU, because this is a course that is jointly offered by ATRI and TDU.
Yeah, thank you, Neha. Yeah, about TDU, if I could say, the same time when ATRI was started, same time that TDU also in an organization called Foundation for Revitalization of Local Health Tradition was the name which was previously to TDU. We started the same during that organization, and we are pioneer in more than 12 to 13 things which we have achieved with the government. To start with a few, just highlight certain things on. This was the first in the country which has established more than 112 medicinal plant conservation areas all over the country. And the second important highlights which I could say is that we have inventorized more than 6,000 species of medicinal plants in a proper database as a part. Third major achievement you can see is the Center of Excellence on the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Ministry of Ayush. And fourth, in the case of government, we have seen that through the 5-year plans, a separate budget is been allotted towards the local health tradition, which was been not even seen by anyone, which government has recognized this and seen that the separate budget has been allotted by the Ayush Ministry for the local health tradition. And also we are trying to see that how Shastra and health tradition and science can bridge together. So development of labs on different aspects has been done on this. And also we have a proper hospital to find out exactly how we bridge the local health tradition with the modern, so-called modern science. And a lot of faculties with a good place of study and environment in which the university has been put into it. And because of this good work, we have government of Karnataka has really made us as one of the universities as a state private university. And we are also delivering a lot of courses, and we have partners of different partners from the like ATRI is one of our partners. We have different partners who are working together. If you see our website, you can see that the different partners that we're working with ISC, with INIAS, with many other partners, and a lot of projects which we are implementing, courses we are doing it, and we are happily working with this course which we are trying to work on. So facilities like library and other facilities which we have in our campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Karim sir. Now, since Ravi spoke about how this course is unique, and also regarding our association and our stand on interdisciplinarity, so let me just quickly take you through the coursework. And before that, so this program transcends disciplinary boundaries, right? And how does it do that? So it enables every student to look at equitable and sustainable conservation solutions through holistic perspectives. So through the course, you are exposed to as many perspectives as possible. And it also offers a great opportunity for students driven and dedicated to conservation and human well-being efforts as part of corporate institutions, NGOs, government agencies, think tanks, academia. So we actually offer, we actually expose you to different sectors that look at conservation and sustainability differently. Students who are enthusiastic about, tackling biodiversity loss or climate change, or say urban water quality, or even sustainable farming as specific issues, will appreciate this program's practical approaches, which we offer through our academic expertise and also through our field activities and skills. So let me just give you an overview of what our coursework looks like. Now, so this course is entirely of 81 credits, right? And it is across 4 semesters. It's a 2-year intensive program. And it is designed in a way that it takes you from foundational knowledge in both the natural and social sciences to specific domain skills and also experiential exposure. Right. So in the first semester, we have all the foundational courses, which is ecology, sociology, environmental science, economics, etc. And in the second semester, we delve a little deeper into specific conservation issues and challenges. Sorry, give me a minute here. Sorry about that. Yeah, so as I was saying, in the second semester, we delve a little deeper into what we call as domain knowledge in the form of biodiversity, ecosystem services. We look at interdisciplinary perspectives of conservation. We look at climate change, food systems, water. And we also teach students both the qualitative and quantitative research methods and specific conservation technology tools like RSGIS. The third semester, also I forgot. So the second semester is also called the experiential semester. So alongside these courses, you will have experiential activities and exposure, which will be done alongside. So we have time dedicated for each course. There are several activities where you go to the field. There are several ways in which you engage with the field, depending on the theme of the course. And the experiential activities are run throughout this semester. Now, the third semester is where you do most of your domain skills. And the third semester is also where we offer electives. And it's a range of electives from feminist perspectives, political ecology perspectives, to conservation technologies, to environmental humanities. So there are a range of electives that we offer. And in addition to that, there are some mandatory courses that is offered in the third semester. And we also offer a field immersion at the beginning of the third semester, wherein what Ravi was talking about, the sectoral exposures. So we send our students to specific sectors like academia or an NGO, or this time Karim sir will also be telling us about how some of our students are going to Japan. So the idea of this immersion is to give students exposures of different sectors, how they practice conservation in different sectors, and learn those perspectives and come back and share. And the fourth semester is purely a thesis semester where you do your master's thesis over the course of the semester, over the 6 months that is there, and you come up with your master's thesis, right? So this is what our program looks like. So now, having given you an overview of our coursework, Karim sir, could you take us through the admissions process and deadlines?
Yeah, sure. Can that be? Can we navigate towards the website so we
Yes,
can have a
please.
explain about
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So this is the website at A3, and also it's linked with TDU. You can see the photo of the different field level programs which students are taking in. And the eligibility has, that you need to fulfill this following points, where for we have both Indian and outside students are eligible for this course. And for Indian application should have a bachelor's degree from any UGC recognized colleges or universities which are there. Not limited, but not limited to only traditional health sciences, biomedicine, life science, environmental science. There have also students from architecture, design, performing arts, visual arts, economics, geography, anthropology, social work. As this is a transdisciplinary and interdisciplinary course, we have also from mass communication, engineering students. This year we have a good number of engineering students also, management students. So whoever have a proper almost a degree, a bachelor's degree from a recognized university is sufficient for this course as concerned, so that you can take up this master's course. And for international students that have a bachelor's degree should be from a reputed university and any branch of humanities and science, and also engineering, same way, and traditional health. And score should be for them 6.5 at least or higher. And of course, IELTS and 90% of the TOEFL equivalent exam. That's what we're expecting for the English language, because the entire course will be in English. And minimum we require that we have to have a 55% average degree of marks in the bachelor's, or a master's can also do another master's here. That's not an issue at all. And we have a secured fellowship. I think that will be discussed then for a few with certain criteria and rules and regulations on merit base. And that Mr. Vamsi will discuss in detail about that part. And the application requirement, where you require to first apply online. We have application online. This is our website. You can go through the website and apply it online. With a self-attested copy of all the following certificates is must. Where we need a bachelor's degree certificate, which you need to submit us during the application as attested, and then original needs to be given to the university for with a self-assistant. We'll return back the originals once we scanned and see, check in the interview whether everything is correct. They return back to you, and a self-attested of all academic things that you require. We have completed the master's degree, must have the transcript of the degree as well. And the statement of purpose, this is something very important. You have to submit a SOP, and based on that, we will review it. That's very, very important on that, along with your CV and a PDF of all other diploma certificates that you want to share along with the application, which gives the eligibility for this that needs to be given, with a digital copy of the recent passport size photograph and a complete filled application form, which is online. Can you come up, Neha? Something is there? Yeah. So now, stop. Yeah. Can you just come up? Yeah. So the SOP should have this following points. Very much we are expecting for SOP. Why do you want to enroll as a conservation practice program? That's something first we are asking in the first question that you need to answer. And what are your concerns, interests, and aspiration around the field environmental conservation, which is the topic in which you'll be studying, and we would like to know that. And which of your experience and interest matters for consideration of qualification to the program? And does your degree and its prospect is aligned with your career and life interest? Mostly we are looking on what exactly you want to do after this course is concerned. Do you like to take a career in this? That's something which we are very particular to understand exactly. Only then your interest towards this course will be very good, and you'll be getting involved in this. And have you ever involved in any campus and off-campus activities relating to conservation and sustainability? So we need to describe and write in your own words exactly what are your things that are you engaged in campaigning or wildlife watching or activism or any projects that you have done, or you document any indigenous local cultures, like that. In this connection, what exactly you have done. So that needs to be, this is basically to find out your interest towards it and what you have done. So this gives the interest now to take this forward to us. And then answering these questions, please introduce your student career, your environmental interest, aspirations, and activities why you want to do, and what is that you like in the case of interdisciplinary approach. That should come out in your SOP. That's something which will be evaluated and marks will be given to that. And hence, after the submission of application, with the dates are already there, you are aware of the dates of 31st May. And after your submission of application, it's clear eligibility criteria. You'll automatically be registered to do an online entrance exam. This is something, an entrance will be nothing to worry on preparation and this, nothing on that. It's your knowledge, whatever you have, with certain things, titles and syllabus which has been given, mostly on this 4 points that is given. In the case of qualitative analytical thinking, ecology, environment, science and social science, conservation and sustainability, and environment and development. It will be a generic, nothing to be very specific to run around and read books, and it will be a generic thing on what it will be there. Questions will be quite generic. So you need to have, but this will be under this 4 title where you need to prepare a bit and then write for this. This exam will take place on 9th June. We'll notify accordingly. Once your SOPs are given, we'll automatically notify this, and you need to all it is online, and you can just click and do it. Next, can you come down? Yeah. Once this you have done, so you have done your application form, you have finished your SOP, you have submitted your application, and you have done your entrance examination, and then we'll get back to you, because you'll be having a interview, or you'll have a online personal interview, each and every one of you. Then with this marks that we are grading in, we will take you for your admission. So this is the process which completely, the interview also is important. That is also given marks, where we'll ask some, mostly from your SOPs which you have submitted. We'll inquire you, discuss with you on that, and that will be around 21st to 24th June. We'll inform you for the personal interview dates will be given. A committee will be put into it, and we'll ask you questions on your SOPs. And once all the 3 marks have been taken care, then you are been admitted to the course. Thank you, Nan.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Karim. Vamshi, may I request you to please talk a little bit about the career opportunities that the course offers?
Yeah. Hi, good evening all. Primarily, you heard about what the program is so far and what is the uniqueness of the program. And of course, Ravi has given quite a detailed insight of what the program is all about and the curriculum you've seen. And as we just heard Karim mentioning about the selection criteria and the application process, I just wanted to take you back as to what kind of support this particular unique program, because if you look at the very structure of the program, it's truly interdisciplinary in nature. So this is a program which is not a plain, straightforward, any kind of a master's or undergrad or what. Basically, we are talking about, if you look at, we have a cohort of students coming from all the disciplines, and we ensure that each one of you have been converging your application of your knowledge into the conservation practice. So that is where the program is all about, if you look at the overall structure and the curriculum. So we have, like it's mentioned in the admission criteria, we do have select, what we call it as a need-based, support, which is a kind of a need-based assistance we'll be giving you, merit-based, which is based on the merit to the select students, and which we actually get it through sponsorships. So it depends on the sponsorships, and we've been lucky enough for the first cohort, we've got major corporates coming forward, because you all heard of this environmental, social, and governance, ESG. That is the most upcoming domain in this sustainability space. And the objective is that each one of you who are passing out of this program are actually be geared up to take up such roles. So when it comes to career opportunities, I just gave a quick background. You can get into any of these verticals of ESG, which is environmental, social, and governance. Either you can be in the CSR domain or you can be in the sustainability domain, which has become very common now, irrespective of any industries. So your sustainability can be in terms of your practices you have learned on hands-on in the program, and you can also get into a design thing. So a lot of program is getting more rigorous. So you have opportunities with the corporates in the domain of ESG, environment, social, and governance, which is the most upcoming and the most promising domain with sustainability practice. Then you have you have roles in which we can come up in the social sector or the developmental sector, where you can be into the outreach, or you can be in the form of any of these programs which are driving the conservation practice. Of course, you also have opportunity to take it forward in the research domain, because you also get exposed to a lot of research related in each of these domains. So you have three different avenues. One, you can get into a social sector, which I mean in NGOs or you can get into corporates. You can also get into somewhere in the academia. So these are the three broad avenues. But yes, there are multiple avenues because they're all related to application part of you. Even in the IT sector, even in the irrespective of the sectors, the sustainability has become one of the key requirements now. Each one of them, be it a product side or a manufacturing side or a service side, they're looking at these practices. So we are already connecting with a lot of corporates who are showing a lot of interest to give internships to our students. The first cohort is all, and at the same time, we are looking at with our own projects, because we being environmental think tanks, and we have a lot of projects happening, both governmental, non-governmental projects, or multinational projects like large entities like USAID and things like that. So in each of these projects, there are a lot of opportunities for you to get exposed even before you pass out. So like it is mentioned in the program, the immersion program, or it is during the the experiential learning programs, you do get an opportunity to get exposed. So what we are saying is we are making you not just an academic program, but it is giving you market ready in terms of preparing you to take up responsibilities and roles which are in the future in environmental sustainability space. Yep.
Thanks, Vamshi, and also thank you to Ravi and Karim. We will now open up for questions if you all have any.
My name is Fawaz. Am I audible?
Yes, Fawaz, you are.
Really inspiring words from sir. I'm really inspired to join the program. As you mentioned about this scholarship program, do we have any more details about the scholarship program, or what are the criteria to gain the scholarship?
Like I mentioned to you, it is a need-based merit scholarships. So what we are doing is, our objective is that there are limited ones, because it comes with the sponsorship from the corporates, because you all know that A3, or for that matter TDU, we are more of a non-profit entities. We don't have anything which is beyond what we have. So it is basic. To come back to that, we will ensure the selection process goes through. So once you are selected, our objective is that there's no student who's deprived of an admission by virtue of his financial status to a large extent. But having said that, there is a limited number, because we are starting the cohort now. It's just the second batch. So you will get to know more about it once you qualify. So we don't want you to worry about that before. Once you get an admission through, and then based on your financial requirements, basically it goes with merit as well as your financial needs, or in terms of your need-based. When you say need-based, I mean it's more of the financial assistance part of it. I hope I'm able to address you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, the next question is what NAC accreditation grade TDU is? TDU is applying for this year. They are not applied till now. It's the university, UGC recognized university. You can see the UGC website. But TDU for NAC, we are applying now. Yeah. When we should know we are selected for examination based on our SOP. Neha, you want to reply that?
Yeah, I'll request Madhvi to give us the timeline.
Yeah, correct. Yes, self-address test transcript is that you had to, in the Xerox copy of yours, you had to sign it. And is this the same as final year mark sheets or something? Yeah, final year mark sheets. All the mark sheets that you have along with the final year. And if you have got a provisional degree certificate, you need to get the provisional degree certificate. Take a printout, you have to sign on that, and then you have to send it, your self signature.
So, yeah, so answering Vanashree's question about the SOP. So once you've applied, anybody who applies has to appear for the entrance examination. So every applicant has to appear for the entrance examination, which is on June 9th. You will be hearing, we will be sending you more details about the exam. Now, after the exam, you will be called for a personal interview based on your scores and your SOP. So that again, that communication we will send you post the exam. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Any other questions, queries?
Yeah, one just to add, this program is for those who are passionate about conservation and who wants to actually do it. So if it is reflected in their SOP, that would be one of the criteria that we would be actually looking at. And since there are limited seats, we will have to look at those who are passionate about conservation, and we'll be selecting them based on their passion and their interest towards conservation.
Question from McLean.
Yes, it's real. Yes, that's the reason that we're saying no. We're having interdisciplinary part for a question of Santosh, that you can take on different aspects. You no need to stick on with choices of what we have. You have now. We'll be putting it to a wider range of angles, starting from water to biodiversity to environment to agriculture, traditional agriculture system, to different issues of we'll be discussing on. So you can decide exactly in which, that is the immersion program. That's what Neha was mentioning. You have a separate immersion program where you will be trying to figure out exactly what are the fields that your interest is on. And then the last semester is something which you'll be doing your projects of your choice. And from there you will take over to, as Vanchi mentioned in his thing, the organizations which we will be putting it into the so-called state-of-art organizations in which you will be a part of. They are all our partner organizations of ATRI and TDU. There you will be trying to see that you will be doing your project, and you will be getting exposed to the best people, scientists and the other people who are nearby. And that will lead you to really search on the thesis, the title of your PhD that you like to go if you want to enter into a PhD. Or you want to go a job, then accordingly you can decide on that. So that's something unique that you'll be experiencing in the third and the fourth semester. The immersion program and the final 6 months project in which you'll be trying to work on in the different institutes. That's something which will lead you to deciding your thesis.
Yeah, just to answer to Anish, it is not just in biodiversity conservation, but also related to climate change, urban water quality, sustainable farming, and many other are included in this. So it's not just about on not just focusing on wildlife or ecosystem conservation, but it is large on all aspects of biodiversity and sustainability studies.
Yeah, Mohammed, I said that NAC accreditation will be done only this year. They have not applied. We'll be applying for this year, and we already created all the documents required, and we'll be applying that, and we'll get the accreditation grade. And we have not applied till now. And one more question: in the case of wildlife, focusing on wildlife or ecosystem, as Ravi said, it's broad. You can decide on this course is not unique to ecosystem conservation or wildlife. So it is broad, but this will touch all these issues. The experts will be there with you, and you can decide exactly in which you want to take.
Also to comment on, McLean's question on whether you have the freedom to select. So while we say that this is a practice-based program, there is also intensive academic training that happens throughout the program, and which also exposes you to different kinds of research skills. So both ATRI and TDU are academic and research institutions, and very eminent ones at that. So you will receive that exposure through, and you will receive that training through the program. And no, you don't have to stick with the choices. I mean, we don't impose any choices on any of the students. What we do is we create an ecosystem where we provide opportunities. We expose them to different kinds of perspectives, to different kinds of sectors. And if your aim is to pursue a PhD after completing your master's, there are avenues of doing that as well. In fact, ATRI ATRI is a pioneer in an interdisciplinary PhD program in conservation and sustainability, and we're also looking at ways in which this master's program can transition into that PhD program. And that's just one example. I mean, after that, of course, you have several other opportunities and avenues if you wish to get into academia. So the point of the program is that you gain perspectives, not just conceptually, but also practice wise, because your exposure is happening in different kinds of sectors. And like Vamshi was mentioning, issues of environment policy, governance, conservation are the themes of the era, right? So it is important to look at as many diverse perspectives as possible, and that's what the course tries to bring together. It tries to bring together voices from different kinds of landscapes, ecosystems, and both through academic training and through practice. So you will get to interact with different diverse set of stakeholders.
Any more questions?
Would we be eligible to apply for the Inspire Fellowship? Ravi, do you want to take this?
I think Dr. Karim would.
Yeah, you can because the last time some students came forward and they wanted to apply for Inspire Fellowship. You can, yes.
Okay.
This is one of the programs, just to add on to what all we spoke till now. It's a unique in the sense that a truly interdisciplinary and a liberal program, which has got people from all diversity in terms of every aspect. That is the advantage of this, because it's all about applications of what you learned in your respective undergrads, and that is where this is very unique and hands-on at the same time, like Neha mentioned, both conceptual and people who want to really pursue their research interest. Yes, there are a lot of avenues also in that. I mean, that's what some of you were asking, and you have a lot of. And when it comes to any kind of other, supports you are talking about, like what your Inspire or whatever, I think it is very similar to any other university master's program. And if you have to pursue your research, you can do that. Some question on that.
You want to add reply for that question, Mansi?
Yep. Yeah.
Dedicated placement center.
Dedicated placement cell at ATRI TDU. See, the way we work on this placement is such, because we work, as I told you, we are an environmental policy think tank. We work in the projects in the space of ecology, environment, conservation, biodiversity at large. And we have projects which, so what we are looking at now is definitely we will have a placement cell which is more driven by the students, driven by the, the what we call it as PIs and the people, but then it's all about partner organizations where we leverage. So our strength is having a lot of partners in these domains, especially with large projects. And that's where you're local. We work with just the big names. If you are to, we work with WWF, we work with NatGeo, we work with all of them in different projects at different levels. It can be an exploratory program. It can be, It can be a taxonomy related plant inventory program or whatever. There are quite a few programs which we run, and each of these places, our own projects would be requiring, but yes, placement cell is also in the anvil. We will be forming it as we end up into that. But yeah, it is not like a typical engineering college or a university where you have a placement cell completely, because we don't foresee that as a separate cell. But our academy office is well geared enough to connect with the partners and leverage our strengths. And this, it all starts right from your immersion programs, right from your experiential learning programs, and of course internships. And that's where in this kind of a practice, if you are doing your internship or an immersion or an experiential program at more, that's, we are reiterating the fact, if you observe, that it's only when you are really passionate about this, you enter into this. I mean, that's what we have been reiterating. So if you're pursuing these things with that passion, there's a high likelihood of you being absorbed in any of these projects in the long term or in the short term. And then so placement is definitely there. At this point, there's nothing like a placement cell separately, but yeah, we are having all placement coordination happening with the partners.
In the 2 years, we'll try to see exactly what is your interest in, and slowly on the last semester, as I said, you will be entering into towards the the project that you are liked of, and from there your career starts with. It can be research, it can be a job placement, it can be a projects in which you will be there, or you may go abroad to do certain things, or you may take further. All that comes under the starting from the immersion to the last project which you're trying to do on.
Yes, just to put it across to all of you, yes, we have taken it on us to ensure each one of the students who are passing out of this particular program are engaged immediately after the program in their own interest area, like Karim was mentioning. It can be. So we will ensure we mentor, guide, and facilitate your in terms of your career path going abroad. It can be working, it can be taking up an internship, or a full-time job, or whatever you would like to pursue. Because a lot of outreach activities which can happen, because what happens in these kind of interdisciplinary programs is you will explore and then identify your interest only after first semester or second semester. That's when you will get to know what is your liking, or what is your passion towards, or what is your calling towards that. And that's when you will turn. So we'll be personally, all of us, because of the network and the partnership network or the connects we have, we are going to leverage that.
If there are no more questions, we can wind up.
Even ask them, each one of them.
Any more questions? Please feel free to ask. You can also unmute yourselves and ask.
Yeah.
Okay, there seems to be no more questions. So what I'll do is all the very best with your applications. Like we mentioned, the deadline is tomorrow, midnight. And so if you have any last minute queries and need any clarifications, you can reach out to us at masters@a3.org. And you can also refer to the website for details. We look forward to receiving your applications. And thank you so much to Ravi, Vamsi, and Karim for giving us our time, and also to Madhvi for all her support. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All the best. Good luck.
Good luck.